Shit Talker Black. I have just a few notes on Operation Snow White. And this was done by the Church of Scientology. They discovered that 5,000 Church of Scientology agents have infiltrated the IRS, DEA, MMA, which is dealing with the mental hospital, and United States Coast Guard and Intelligence. Coast Guard Intelligence. Now, I find also that the Church of Scientology is walking around in naval uniforms. I didn't know you can do that. To walk around in naval uniforms every day. Maybe on Halloween. Some are captains and whatever else they have at the top. I also found during my research that naval intelligence, aka Scientology, is also dealing with MK Ultra applications and dealing with China Lake human experimentation. Maybe another word instead of experimentation, but you can find the video on the internet. Just put in Naval Intelligence, aka Scientology, MK Ultra applications, and then put in a China Lake human. But I don't know. I know it's dealing with experimentation, but I don't know if that word is actually experimentation. Now, this is Operation Snow White. They bugged offices. They stole files. They planted false evidence. This is the church doing all this shit. Whoa. A Church of Scientology senior members, they were the ones put on trial and accused of conspiracy, spying, theft, perjury, obstruction of justice, and holding Michael MEISNER against his will. So that's called kidnapping, but they only did 5 years. Also, these people are a part of Rehabilitation Project Force, which is the worst of the worst criminals. Okay, for all this, only 5 years in prison. They only did 5 years in prison. Wow. I want my babies, and that the persecutor said to the judge, I should get 5 years in prison. And the judge said I wasn't prison material. So I did 100 days in jail. But I did 9 days before I was sentenced to the 100 days in jail. And those are my children. By constitution, they're my property. And all I did was line them up, hit each of them 6 times a piece, because I was at wit's end. It was more of them than it was me. Well, then it said it was not ordered by Hubbard. They say it was not ordered by Hubbard. Snow White was not ordered by Hubbard, but it's said by many that Hubbard wrote it. To me, it doesn't matter if it was ordered by Hubbard or not. Because someone can tell me to go out and commit a crime. When I commit the crime, that's on me. That's not on the person that told me to commit that crime. So it's not on Hubbard that these people, over 5,000 people, were about the Snow White project. Over 5,000 people. And then it says devious mind control system. Oh, this is what they did. This is something different that they did to the members. They put them in this, I can't remember the trilaterals, But anyway, it's like a prison, and they had one of them to lick the bathroom floor for 30 minutes. No, I'm not licking the floor for 30 minutes. I mean, I'm not going to be a part of that kind of shit. Anyway, kill me. Just kill me, you know. I'm not going to lick a bathroom floor for 30 minutes. That's what I said. What is going on inside these people's minds? What's going on inside their minds that you lick a bathroom floor for 30 minutes? Despite all this, Church of Scientology still moves forward. And now they have the NOI with them. Man, y'all in New York, they were knocked out of the box so fast. And Scientology has been going on since the 50s. Maybe even before. To me, Scientology is a cover for the German scientists and stuff that America brought over here in 1940. Church of Scientology is just a cover for that. And they're inviting people to come in so they can put them under mind control. Also, the Church of Scientology also are being experimented on. The Naval Intelligence, or aka Scientology, the Naval Intelligence is dealing with those in the Church of Scientology in Area 51, putting them under deep mind control, doing all kind of shit to them, turning them into super soldiers, and putting them under mind control to kill someone, to do this, to do that. That's Navy intelligence, and the Scientologists here walk around in Navy clothes. I thought it was the Navy. Now they also have a Church of Scientologists, the Guardian Office. And they have the Guardian Office all over the world. They're also in the Medical Association and more. The Guardian Office. See, so I'm starting to see Scientology is running the world and using the word church in front of it. The word church is so small, but Scientology is so huge. So when you mention the Church of Scientology, they're doing this to people, even to the members, they're doing these things, and people say, no, it's a church. I never would have known. In all my wildest dreams, I never would have known that the Church of Scientology can do all these things, or has done all these things, and will continue to move forward doing these things. No one is going to stomp out the Church of Scientology. Scientology has too much money. No one has enough money to defeat Scientology in court. They don't have enough money for that. The judges don't have enough money to defeat Scientology so that they can defend their own courtroom. They are bought by the Church of Scientology. Then there is what is called Black Intelligent Operations, Black Ops. They deal with overt data collecting. They deal with covert data collecting, and they just collect information everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere, they will collect information on you, me, anyone. When you're dealing with the the Black Intelligent Operation and Black Ops, you're also dealing with the manufacturing crimes and sting operations. And they will have anyone to be out of a job and stopped very fast. They will get you fired from your job. So that was the notes I had from dealing with this, and I've studied them so much to, like I said, I'm sick. I don't think I want to do another video about Scientology. I don't think I need to study Scientology, the Church of Scientology anymore, COS. I don't think I need to study them anymore. I know enough about them to know that the Church of Scientology has made my life a living hell. And you say, why? Why is Scientology messing with you? Well, in 1989 and 1990, I worked in Scientology. I worked there. The word has left my mind right now, but it's in the part where you come in, you sign up for the jobs. I worked in that department, so I know that there were all type of people from different walks of life in different nations. They were signing up for Scientology classes. These were bishops of churches, no matter what nation they were. Even Baptist churches, they're mostly melanated. Catholic churches. You had school teachers, judges, police officers, nurses, doctors, even psychiatrists. All these different people would come into the personnel office and they would be signing up for this class, that class, whatever class it was. And they have this thing, it's called reaching the bridge. I don't know about the classes because I really didn't take the classes. I was just there and I read most of the books. I did go on the little machine where you hold the two cans. And to me it was very comforting. No one asked me 1,000 questions like that. I wasn't asked this question and that question, but I was asked about my sexuality. Are you gay? No. Then they wanted to go deeper into my sexuality. When did you first have sex? I'm not telling you that. Oh, you have to in order to whatever. I don't even really remember, but I know they asked me about my sexual being, and my sexual activity, which I'm not giving to them or to anyone else. They asked me about my parents. Were my parents married or divorced? I told them I didn't say my parents were divorced. They asked me what age was I when my parents were divorced. I told them I couldn't remember. So since I couldn't remember my parents divorced, then that was something that I needed to deal with. But I remembered. I just told them I didn't remember. So people say that's a lie detector test. Well, if it is, they didn't detect my lies. When they asked me about my parents, and this is how I was raised, you have to ask my parents those questions because that's my parents' business. Just a lot of things they could not get out of me. So I guess once I decided to quit the job, really quit the job, because I was keeping the children in my home. And I decided, I wanted to quit. And that's when I guess I was declared a suppressive person. But no one ever told me that. And maybe this also is the end of my journey to find out who's actually targeting me. I know that Scientology is at the top. Carmel Israel, aka Delia Hakerson, and Zay, aka Timothy Edward Richardson. They've fallen so much to the bottom. But I know that they were the ones that helped the Church of Scientology to target me. I guess that's all I have to say about this. I can go on and on and on, but I'll just be repeating myself over and over and over, just like watching all the videos of the ex-Scientologists. They all say the same thing. Before I leave, though, I want to say those ex-Scientologists, not all of them, but most of them, like those who were dead 30 years and shit, they need to be brought up on charges because they were part of a lot of intelligent agencies that were knocking people down. One of them even tells you the shit he did, and then in the movie the girl, she tells you the shit she did, but a lot of them won't tell you what they did. But I feel like they need to spend time in jail, although they spend time in jail in Scientology, but I mean, they really need to be charged for the crimes they've committed and for the lives that they have destroyed. Shit talker out.